Every system carries a history of decisions, some obvious, many forgotten. In this video, we look at architectural decision records, a lightweight practice for writing down the significant choices your team makes, along with the reasoning behind them, so that history is never lost. Here is a pain every growing team recognizes. Someone makes a smart architectural call. Maybe they chose a message queue over direct service calls to handle back pressure, but the reasoning lives only in a Slack thread or someone's head. When that person leaves or when the team grows, that knowledge evaporates. The code shows what was built, but nothing explains why, and the team is left guessing. Think of planning permission files for a building. They do not just show what was built, they record the reasoning, soil conditions, load calculations, safety codes that applied at the time. A new contractor picking up the project years later reads those documents and immediately understands why the structure is the way it is. An ADR is exactly that, but for software architecture. A single ADR is a short, structured document with three essential parts. The context section describes the situation that forced a decision, the forces at play, the constraints, the alternatives that were considered. The decision section states what was chosen and, crucially, the reasoning. The consequences section records what was gained, what was given up, and any follow-on obligations. The file lives in a docs folder next to the source code and is committed to version control like any other artifact. The life cycle is straightforward. A meaningful question comes up. Should we use optimistic or pessimistic locking? Should we extract this service now or later? The team discusses it, and once a direction is chosen, an engineer writes the ADR while the reasoning is still fresh. After a quick review, it is merged and assigned a sequential number. From that point forward, it is immutable, a permanent record. Any future engineer questioning that design reads the ADR first before they change anything. The honest trade-off is simple. Writing ADRs costs a small amount of time per decision, maybe 30 minutes to draft and review. Skipping them saves that time today, but spends it many times over later, in confused onboarding conversations, in decisions being reversed without understanding their original rationale, and in architectural drift that compounds quietly over years. The overhead is low. The payoff is high on any project that runs longer than a few months. You do not need to document every micro-choice, only the ones that are significant, costly to change, or likely to be questioned later. Choosing a framework, adopting event sourcing, deciding to keep a monolith, those qualify. Naming a variable does not. Keep the writing plain and honest, including the options you rejected and why. Critically, ADRs are append. Only if a decision changes, you write a new ADR that supersedes the old one, preserving the full history of your thinking over time. An ADR is a small document with an outsized effect. By recording the context, the decision, and the consequences of each significant architectural choice, you give every future engineer, including yourself 6 months from now, a reliable map of why the system is shaped the way it is. It costs minutes per decision and saves hours of confusion per year. Store them with your code, number them, and never delete them.